screen share. So, welcome everyone to the monthly APAC meeting for SIG dogs. We normally have these on the fourth Wednesday of every month. Today is the 28th of August, 2024. And obviously, this is the monthly meeting for August for SIG dogs. And as with every meeting in the Kubernetes community, this also follows the Kubernetes code of conduct, which basically means be nice to one another and be courteous to one another wherever you're interacting, whether it's on Slack or the chat or on like this meeting in person, wherever. And if you notice any forms of abusive behavior or harmful language being used, please make sure you report it to the Code of Conduct Committee. And the details I will actually throw up on the screen in a bit once I figure out how to start sharing, because apparently my Mac just decides to disable certain features whenever it wants to. Just a second. Sorry, folks. Ta, ta, ta. Right. It's not showing me the freaking thing, so I'm gonna. Okay. So this is our agenda for today. But like I said, the code. If you notice a violation of the code of conduct at any event or meeting governed by the Kubernetes community, please report it at conduct@kubernetes.io. So first up, I'm Kunal. Are you a new contributor? I just want to ask you that because we typically have new contributors introduce themselves on the call and understand um, what they want to contribute to. So I'm just going to pause here and see if you want to answer that on the call.
Yes, I am a new contributor, uh, but I'm not sure like, what should I do first, docs or development.
Okay. That's obviously, I mean, we can help you, we can help show you around what we do in the documentation website kind of thing right now, but potentially welcome, and you can decide based on that. So whatever is visible on https kubernetes.io, which is the documentation website for Kubernetes, um, is sort of managed by the special interest group docs. And we have a vibrant community on Slack as well. So you can just join our Slack channel through slack.kh.io. That is another way to stay in touch. And the channel in the Slack channel is hashtag sig-docs. So you can basically join there and stay abreast of stay abreast with all the meetings and updates. But yeah, moving on to the updates and reminders first before we get to your point, Kunal. This is something that we go through at every meeting because um, given the amount of how do I put it? Given the amount of issues and pull requests that we work with on a daily basis, it's um, and also to and also to facilitate the kind of work that we do, we have the PR Wrangler and an issue wrangler. Now, the PR wrangler is basically going to be a designated approver and reviewer within the SIG docs um, to help triage and approve and merge the PRs in our queue. This week's PR wrangler is Kat Cosgrove. They are also a tech lead for docs, and they'll be responsible for approvals and reviews for this week. Next week's PR wrangler is Ray Lahano. He's going to be the one responsible next week, and the week of 9th September, or rather 8th September, it's going to be Xander. We have these shifts prepared at the start of every year. And if you are interested in learning um, how the reviewing and approval process works within the special interest groups, you can sign up to be a shadow, wherein you will be sort of working alongside the PR wrangler to learn more about how PR reviewing and approval works within the context of SIG docs. I'm going to take a pause here and see if anyone has questions.
Not right now.
All right. The next thing is around issue wrangler. Now, similar to PR wrangler, we have a lot of issues in our queue, and by issues I mean both long-standing ones and recently reported ones. They need a lot of triaging in terms of assigning a label, understanding which SIG documentation that corresponds to, since typically there is a requirement of a technical approval, and then coordinating between all of these. Sometimes it's related to just the web development side of things. There are various facets to this. So, labeling and ensuring that all our issues are labeled and triaged correctly is the job of the issue wrangler. It is a role that we've recently introduced starting this year. So issue wrangler for this week is Dipesh. Next week it's Ray Lahano. And again, this is created as a um, rota for every year. But again, if you're interested in learning, we haven't formally introduced a shadow program yet, but that is on the cards eventually. um, Nevertheless, please do feel free to look at each of our issues and understand how the process works on an informal basis. So, um, again, any questions around any of these? Happy to take them now. Otherwise, we can just briefly move on to seeing what we do on a daily basis.
We can move on.
All right. So, the first thing is all right. So first thing is that we have, this is the issue wrangler shift. So we have a wiki here, but Kubernetes, under the Kubernetes of the website is one of the repos that we sort of maintain, and you normally will fork this repo and create your own branch and then submit a pull request. That is, I think, given, and you'll already probably know that. What the PR Wrangler does is basically we have a bunch of designated approvers and reviewers who will go through all the English all the English PRs and actually see if they have signed the CLA and they have adhered to all the stylistic and the technical content guidelines, and then provide the sign off or approval on each of the PRs. For so this is basically how the workflow is. And with respect to the issue wrangler, they go on to the issue side of things, and you'll see a lot of you'll see some of the issues, not lot, some of the issues here with needs triage. What they do is they will actually go through these issues and figure out where um, where this issue falls, or if the issue requires more information, which page is the issue reported on, all of that. Because it's not very intuitive when people submit stuff like adding entries to pod etc host with host aliases, and um, apparently this was not provided earlier on, so that is why this was given as an issue. And then we further like label it so that people can contribute. You can obviously assign the issue by writing /assign on itself and then submitting a PR linking this issue. So that's how the issue wrangling and PR wrangling works. And basically anything that has triage accepted and good first issue alongside it, or even help wanted alongside it, is a good issue to pick up, because it has been approved for seeking help from contributors. So that is that is how it works. Any doubts here?
No doubts.
All right. And no, we also have many different translations of the documentation, including Hindi, Bengali, French, Japanese, Chinese, Korean, etc. So there are various translations, so you can contribute to them as well. Um, and we have other specific areas of the project as well that need help, like blogs and reference docs, which basically is generating your API reference from the APIs for every release. We have those areas that we're currently working on. So if you're also interested in any of these, we have sub projects listed for each of these areas, and you can get in touch with the respective leads to show your interest. So yeah, that's basically it. Again, any doubts before we go ahead?
I have one doubt.
Hmm.
Okay, as you said that we have to push the repo, like in this example, we pushed website from Kubernetes. Okay, so when I was sorry, my English is not so good.
That's fine.
Okay, so I pulled the whole Kubernetes repo in my local system. Is it a good way to do thing? Like I wanted to develop
Oh, no, no, no,
or
no, no.
following.
So yeah, so that's a very good question, and I will actually so we have a contribute Kubernetes contributor guide that I'd recommend you go through before starting off. Just a bit, let me Kubernetes contributor uh just a so we have an entire no, this is the Kubernetes.dev one. Sorry. So we have an entire contributing guide on how this can be done. So I would recommend that you go through that. I'll lay this on chat actually. Just a second. You can go through this entire process, all of the steps that you need to do, including how to fork it into your GitHub account and then pull it, and then all of that, all all of it is written here, so you can start right at the beginning. And it'll give you all the other requirements as well, like signing the CNCF CLA and stuff like that. So I would recommend that before you start your contribution journey, you go through this entire documentation and
Okay.
then begin, because a lot of your questions are answered in this particular website page. Does that clarify and answer your question?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Any other questions?
Not right now.
Okay. So, like I said before, release 1.31, it's just started a week back. So we don't, and given that we are in the APAC time zone, there's been not a lot of updates put on here. So we potentially can expect async updates to come on in this agenda doc. Um, the only issue as such that I would potentially highlight is the allowing of switching websites between light mode and dark mode, which is one thing that we are sort of working on. And this was brought up at the last meeting as well. So um, Tim and Kat were discussing this in the last meeting. Sorry, Tim and Kat were discussing this in the last meeting, and there actually didn't wasn't any consensus except that Cat would look at it. So um, if you have any strong opinions about whether that toggle needs to be put forth or whether it doesn't need to be there, or if you have a way to actually implement them, the GitHub user Tamil Selvan has actually put in a PR as well. So if you can review that, that would also be helpful with your informal review. So that is the only thing that I have as an issue slash PR to highlight. But it would be valuable if anyone seeing the recording or if anyone on the call has any thoughts about it and can enter it on the PR itself. All right. Any questions on or comments on that, please?
No questions.
All right. The last thing that I want to announce, and I think you all saw the Slack channel as well, is that the um, maintainer track for KubeCon India has been actually announced, and this is a very bad way to sort of paste this here. Just a second. I'm just going none. So the maintainer track for KubeCon India has been announced, and this is basically a track to solicit any sort of um, sessions from project maintainers across CNCF. So if you are one and you're watching the recording, please feel free to submit something on the link that's specified in the agenda doc here. So any questions on that from anyone on the call?
No.
All right. So actually that's pretty much it. I do not have any other questions or anything else to float as an agenda item. Um, are there any other overarching questions or concerns from the community? Otherwise, I can give you back your 28 minutes, if not the case.
Yeah, hey, I just had one question regarding the new contributor meet and greet call, which
Yeah.
happens the first Tuesday. So we have one
Yep.
coming up next Tuesday, 3rd of September.
Yep.
So usually what I do is I record the call and select save the recording to cloud. But
Okay.
I'm not sure if I have access to where these recordings are stored. So
I don't think you
don't
need to do
usually.
anything. You don't need to do
Mhm.
anything. It just gets uploaded. So, sorry to cut you off there, but you don't need to do anything. It gets uploaded to the list on its own. So, for example, just let me again uh, get you the link of the just
Yeah.
playlist of the just I will get you the playlists. Just a second. Um, so yeah, if
Hello
you
everyone.
okay, this is
This is
Choco's voice. I'm so sorry. Uh,
Yeah.
just a second. But yeah, you should be able to. You don't have to do any of the uploading. We already have like a Zapier integration to do all of it, so you don't need to do the
Hmm.
actual uploading of things. If you see your um Your last call was uploaded. That is the 6th of August call was uploaded by itself. So you don't have to actually do anything.
Okay,
Does
awesome. And yep. And usually for these meetings, I don't add the agenda as well, because most of the times it is like the discussions are repetitive.
ad hoc? Yeah.
So yeah, so I don't usually add the meeting notes in the SIG docs,
It's fine.
meeting docs.
Like,
Yeah.
unless you want to do it, it's fine. I mean, we are keeping it open to, and actually it's keeping it open to the discretion of the new contributor ambassador, that's you, whether or not
Mhm.
they want an agenda. If you want an agenda, please feel free to let us know before you entering it in. If not,
Yep.
it's also fine. Like, we do not have a mandate as to whether or not you should have an agenda, because new contributor call is to have like an open discussion forum for new folks to come and talk about their challenges and talk about navigating their journey in SIGDoc. So I don't know if having an agenda works, but if you as the ambassador feel it's necessary, please feel free to let us know and start an agenda item or rolling agenda item on the agenda doc that's here.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I'll bring this up again if I feel like we need to have one.
All right, not a problem. Anything else?
No, that's all. That's all I had. Yeah,
Okay.
actually, I had one more question regarding the maintainer summit.
Okay.
So, as I understand, the CFP that is open right now is for the maintainer tracks in KubeCon itself. But
Yep.
I wanted to know if we have a separate event similar to the contributor summit happening during KubeCon India.
We have a separate maintainer summit happening as well, where and it's listed on the website if you actually go there. I don't have all the details around it, but I can let you know more about it offline after reaching out to Cody and the other organizing team. But we do have one at KubeCon India for sure. Maintainer track is what is actually uh, accepting the CFPs right now, like you said. But
Right.
Maintainer Summit is also very much there from the 10th of on the 10th of December.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, I can like I just pulled up the schedule. Sorry, not the schedule, the page, the project opportunities page, and it says that the maintainer track and the maintainer submit and lightning talk CFPs close on September
Right.
22nd. So I'm guessing it is either coming up or like I'll be able to find it somewhere. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. I'll let you know after reaching out to Cody. I mean, I don't have more details on it as of today. I think it's also I think we also have a separate maintainer summit in North America as well, the KubeCon North America. I'm not 100%
Right.
sure about that, but
Yeah, there is one. Yeah.
yeah. But KubeCon India also we have a similar one, and it's on 10th December. It's there on this page that I posted, but do not have any of the further details on what it is
Right.
and what is the program schedule. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Any
that's
other
all
questions?
I had.
Okay.
Yeah,
Kunal,
thank
any
you.
questions before our before I punt this call and give you back your 22 minutes now.
No, I don't have any question.
Okay then. I think we can call it a day and get back to our daily life. And I'll see you around in the community then. Thank you for
Right.
joining. Bye, folks.
Thanks,
Bye.
Divya. Very good.